Hello and welcome along to the channel. This time we're going to be taking a look at my daughter's Mercedes A-class. It's recently been in for some work. Unfortunately, they had to finish the job rather quickly and they've left a little bit of a problem that we're going to take a look at. It shouldn't be too difficult to sort, so I'll tell you all about it and we'll take a look. So this is my daughter's Mercedes A-class, very nice looking car actually. It's on a 2013 plate and it's actually got the 1.5 diesel engine in this model, which is actually exactly the same Renault K9K engine that's in our Nissan Duke, which is just coincidental. But we're taking a look at the A-class today. Now what it was, there was some damage done due to a car reversing into the side of the car here, and recently it has been in the paint shop and body shop and that has all been sorted out and it's looking really good actually. You can't see anything, it's actually just looking clean pretty much on the side, but unfortunately they had to rush the last part of the job and they've forgotten to reconnect one of the elements, and I'll show you what it is. If we go in here, what they've forgotten to do is reconnect, I can't remember if it was this one. Is it this one or this one? One of these two, I think they've forgotten to reconnect the connector and it's not working. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the door card off and hopefully just reconnect the connector back up, and that should solve that straight away. Tools I'm going to be using for this, fairly straightforward. Now I believe we need a Phillips screwdriver to undo the screws to take the panel off, and then just a few generic plastic pry tools. These ones are really good, these plastic chisels. They're really good for prying and getting into door cards and things like that. But the first thing we've got to do, let me take you in here so you can see what I'm doing. The first thing to do is to prise this metal piece off, which should just pop out. Let me get a thinner prise tool. That's not coming out very easy. Oh, there we go. It's from underneath, okay. And this should just pop out like this. Ah, there we go. With all of this, take your time because these clips often will get stuck. So what's happened here is this one here has got stuck. I'll show you a close-up. So the clips there, you can see how they kind of hold on. So by using the prise tool to gently push it, oh, let me put that on camera. So if you use the pry tool to gently push it, it helps release it away easier. So that's our first step, and you can see what this has done is this has opened up some access holes, which has got a screw in that one and a screw in that one. Now they're not Phillips screws, they look like Torx. So I'm going to go and get my Torx set and figure out which one it is. I've found it. It isn't actually a Torx, it's an HW4, so it's like a flat piece, and that does go in. They shouldn't be mega tough, and that's opening that one up. Definitely need the extensions for this one. And there we go. I'll show you the screw that I've taken out. I'll just get the other one out. Actually, that does look like Torx. I think it's just luck that mine worked. But yeah, there we go. I'll get the other one out, and let's now get the panel off. The next thing to remove is the little tweeter speaker here. Now this is just clipped on, so again, I'm going to get my plastic pry tool. Work my way around until I can find the clips. That should just pop towards me and come away. It's holding on. There we go. You can see, so that was held on by that central one there. Let me just take you in closer so you can see. But it also pushes down over into the door card, so that's why you lift it off like that, and from there I should be able to find, I know I thought there was a connector somewhere around here, but actually, because I'm not too worried about this, oh, you can disconnect it directly from the speaker, but you know what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put that to one side because we don't need that off completely. Now that that's off, what I want to do is I want to run along here and make sure that that is going to separate, because you can see that flexes and I don't want the window rubber coming away with it. We also need to watch out and make sure that I lift it up over to take it up and off that. So you know what, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to try pulling and lifting the door card. So far that's not moving, but I think I might need to pop some more clips away. I did the first one off camera, but it's just a matter of putting the pry tool in and pulling it out towards me, and you can hear the pop clips coming forward. It takes a little bit of force in places. Once you get the right angle, the pry tool pops forward. And what I found is that after doing that, if you get your hands underneath and pull and keep pulling, you can see what's happened. The whole door card is now loose. I'll show you the door card on the inside because that'll show you where the clips are, but I should now be able to lift it up to get it off the button and away. The hard part is keeping it or getting it away from the window rubber like that. There we go. And you can see that's now pulled clean off the side, and we should now be able to undo our door lock mechanism, which is this blue cable, and then check out the rest of the cables. Now I'm just going to put the camera down, work out how to undo this bit, and I'll come back to you. Okay, this is actually fairly straightforward. What you do is you pull the cable out, which releases the tension on it, you can see, and then I should now just be able to turn this and pop it out. Although it doesn't seem to want to pop out right now. There we go. Just pops up and out. You saw there. Actually, you can see the clip and the housing it sits in. So you just lift it up and that takes it out. And now the only other thing holding our door card in is our electronics module. So I'm just going to unplug both of these connectors. Now I thought those connectors weren't going to be connected. That's worrying. I'm going to have to figure out what exactly is wrong. But I can now show you the door card. You can see each of these push clips that I popped open and lifted out. Okay, now I think it was the door lock unlock, because you can see here we've got a connector missing. Now where is that connector? Aha. Yeah, that would definitely cause a problem. Let's plug that back in. Let's look for any others that might have come loose or been disconnected as part of the work. I think that was it. Now that's solved, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect these back up again and test and make sure that after plugging that connector in, things are working as expected. Now you can see here the way that Mercedes have done it. This this door module, you can see, has got colour-coded connectors. So green, purple, that one's white. I guess that's white. And you can see there's extras, so I'm guessing there's additional features that can be fitted but aren't on this module. But these are the two that I took off when I took the door off, the door card I should say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect these back up again and let's test it out. Let's see if I can do it whilst it's still in place. As usual, it's about 10 times harder when you're doing this with a camera, but there we go, that's those two connected. Now I'm hoping that I should now be able to that looks better, that's actually working, which is what we hoped for. So now I'm going to start putting the door back together. First thing to do is I'm going to reconnect the pull handle back onto this piece. This is quite often where two people would be quite useful, but you can see, well, hopefully you can see, you just push the pin down and then clip it into place like that, and then pull on the cable and then fit it back in. That's attached. So now that I've done that and that the cables are attached, what I want to do is line the door lock up and then feed the window rubber back onto the ledge, and that should also help hold it all in place for me refitting everything. I'm going to do that because I need two hands. You see I've now got that all lined up and hooked on. That door lock is in place. The door release feels smooth, so now what I need to do is line these up and then start to push these into place. Once you have them lined up, they start to drop in fairly easily, and you can see they've all clipped back in again, so you shouldn't have any big gap anywhere along. There we go. Now before I screw it back in and make sure that it's solid, what I'm going to do is close the door, make sure that that door pin lock moves and that the buttons work as expected. And you can see that's moving as expected now. And actually I'll test these as well whilst I'm here, because it's easier to do that before I put everything back together and make sure all the buttons and functions work properly. Now we just need to put the butt screws back in again. Now a magnetic or a holding driver like this one is quite useful for this, because they are in quite deep in there, and being able to line them up like that is good. They don't need to be on really tight either, just so they don't rattle. There we go. Yep. And the final thing is to push our plastic clip back on again. Just line it up so that you've got them all in the right place. And there we go. That's all fitted. Yep, I've tested all of those. They all work great. They operate the windows and the mirrors. The mirror also moves as well. So that is success, I would say. A fairly simple job really, which is taking the door card off. And if you need to get in there, at least you now know how that comes apart and how you get to the inside of the door. Hope that video has been useful. I shall see you in the new year for lots more videos here on the channel, and it would be really good if you gave me a thumbs up, a like down the bottom, because that helps the channel out, and I'll see you in the next video.